Guys, we've got yet another NLI horror story to get to here. Wanted to do just a quick video on this Zay Flowers. The reason I wanted to talk about this, not a player you would think. He's a receiver from Boston College, and he looks like an unbelievable young man. This is a great interview. He talks about why he didn't accept NLI. Apparently, he was offered from two different schools $600,000 and $300,000. He is going into his senior season, and you can take a look at his overall stats. Nothing against this kid. He sounds like an amazing kid, but you look at his overall stats at Boston College, there's no eye-popping numbers here, folks. Now, I do understand he's extremely fast, and that may have gone into the figures that he was offered, but remember, this kid with these numbers at Boston College was getting offered over $500,000. That's how off the rails NLI transfer portal tampering has become. And we can get to the story here. Let me get to it really quickly. It says, Boston College receiver Zay Flowers explains turning down massive NLI offers. Great job. Transfer and going into the transfer portal. So it says, Flowers was faced with a big decision after a pair of six-figure offers were placed in front of him. Pete Thamel reported one of the deals was worth $300,000 and the other was worth $600,000. The names of the two schools were not disclosed. My speculation, guys, I've been hearing things about Kentucky throwing money around in the transfer portal, also Miami, and then maybe Tennessee. Apparently, neither of the two schools have been identified, but I would say probably one of them was Kentucky, and then maybe Tennessee, maybe Miami. Those are the type of schools that are throwing around money. I was hearing about Kentucky offering money to even Jordan Addison. And by the way, you take a look at this kid's stats compared to Jordan Addison, they may be lowballing Jordan Addison. If they're going to give this kid over $500,000, that $3 million offer that USC gave Jordan Addison, they might have to up it. We'll see if other schools are supposed to get involved. He's looking at his current market when it comes to NLI, and we've heard about Texas and Alabama possibly being involved. I still think Jordan Addison is going to USC. That rumored offer, if it's true, $3 million in a beachfront home, it's completely off the rails. But when it comes to this article, it says, in the aftermath of his surprising decision, Flowers joined the ACC network to talk about why he didn't take the money. And this is an absolutely great young man on why he stayed at Boston College rather than enter his name into the transfer portal. Take the money. He says, well, thank you for having me. You can tell this is a great kid. I mean, just by that first statement there. It was just loyalty. I thought it was the best spot for me at the time. Me and my dad talked a lot about it. Talked to some people close to me. We just felt that it was the best decision for my future was to stay here at Boston College, where I've already built something of my own. That is an amazing thought process, amazing work ethic. Unfortunately, most kids are not going to make that decision, and we can't blame the kids for entering the transfer portal and using the capitalist mindset. That's the mindset we all know and love in America. You're worth what someone's going to pay for you, and Jordan Addison knows, listen, if I stay at Pittsburgh and take the NLI deals here, they're not nearly as much as my current market could potentially be. That's why he enters the transfer portal. That's why he's having these teams bid against him. I understand why kids think like that. This is refreshing on what those in his inner circle were telling him about NLI offers. They weren't really aggressive. It was just me making my decision and me being a man and talking to everyone in my circle and talking about what's going on, because $600,000 is a lot of money. It could change a lot for me and my family. I felt like at the time I just wanted to be loyal to my school and my teammates and what I was building here at BC. On how the process played out, I went straight to my dad. I know he always has his best interests for me, and I knew he would never lead me wrong. He always guides me the right way. He always tells me that God is, God got me, blah, 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 blah. His conversations with the head coach. Okay, so I don't think there's anything more on the NLI in terms of the teams. Yeah, that's about it. So that's about it from the story. But this is a crazy story. Zay Flowers, many people within college football, especially casual college football fans, probably don't even know this dude. Wide receiver from Boston College. He's never had a 1,000-yard season. Again, this is a great young man. I'm not trying to say he's a bad player or anything like that. I'm just saying if kids like this are getting offered, north of $500,000, it's a complete and total mess out there, and the tampering within the transfer portal is completely off the rails, and we understand, we hope and pray that the 2 transfer portal windows are coming. It's going to be better for the kids. It's going to be better for the fans. It's going to be better for the coaches. Whenever you can organize something or make something more organized, it improves the overall health of the sport, and having 2 transfer portal windows will really organize how the portal goes. You tell the kids, listen, there's 2 windows. Each window is 2 weeks long. You are only permitted to enter the transfer portal at these 2 windows. One of the windows would be right at the end of the season, and then the other window would be in, I think, early summer, during the summer camps, the summer workouts and things like that. So that's how I hope it's done. But it's just like, people don't realize, like, the deal that Jordan Addison got there, like, that's crazy. There's no way. If this kid is getting offered $600,000 from Kentucky or whoever, like, I don't know if it's Kentucky, I don't know who it is, it's probably an SEC team, but if this kid is getting offered that kind of money, it's not at all far-fetched to think that Jordan Addison would be offered $3 million, and it's another situation where this kid is a one and done, so he's only going to be at a school. If he were to enter the transfer portal, he would only be at the school he transferred to for a year, because he's going to be a senior and then he's going to go off to the NFL. This kid, this is an unbelievable mindset, staying at Boston College when you could have got it over $500,000 from a bigger school that would have gotten you more notoriety in terms of maybe viewership, things like that. So really an outstanding kid. But again, most kids are not going to think like this. Most kids are not going to be loyal to their program. I'm sure Jordan Addison has nothing against Pittsburgh. It's just business. And that's how most of these kids and most of the people, policing these kids and kind of like the agents, that's how most of them are going to see it. They're going to say, nothing against the smaller schools, but my client, my player is a superstar. He wants to be paid like it. He can be paid like it. I'm not going to take some deal in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to stay at Pitt for, $500,000, some NLI deal, when I could get $3 million, a new house, a new car, go play in SoCal, go play for Lincoln Riley, get more eyeballs on me, play with Caleb Williams. That is the problem that college football is facing. Again, I will say the transfer portal windows, they're a step in the right direction in terms of cleaning up, making things organized, telling kids and telling coaches, the players are only allowed to enter the portal at this time and this time. And at a certain point, it's completely restricted. You will have your roster. You're not going to get a kid. You're not going to get a kid randomly entering the transfer portal mid-season or something like that. That stuff needs to be restricted and governed correctly, so it's not completely wild, which is what it is right now. So guys, just again with the NLI, it's crazy. Zay Flowers, a lot of people probably don't even know him. He gets an NLI offer of over $500,000 and he turns it down. It's probably from Miami or Kentucky. I'm just speculating on that, but those are schools that have been really involved. We know how out of control Tennessee's been with the recruiting. Same thing with Texas A&M. We're really hoping for at least a bowl ban, maybe 4 or 5 year bowl ban on Texas A&M. That would be amazing for college football, and it would really scare boosters when it comes to this tampering stuff. And this is the main transfer portal problem. It's these kids getting hit with offers while they're on other programs. We're not even sure if Jordan Addison was considering transferring. And then maybe at some point he's at Pittsburgh, he's going into his junior season, he's having a great career at Pitt, and some booster from USC says, I'll give you $3 million to come here. And he's like, wait a minute, I can get that kind of money? And it's nothing against Pittsburgh. It's not Pittsburgh's fault. They're just a smaller school. They can't pay him enough. That's a major issue when it comes to the overall health of college football, when it comes to the overall competitive balance of the sport. That's the big thing with the transfer portal. I've talked about the NLI and how it should be governed. We need to create a separate NLI authority board and immediately bowl ban Texas A&M 5 years and completely remove boosters from the sport of college football. I've talked about this in previous videos. That's what has to be done. You need to be strict. You need to make an example out of Texas A&M, and you tell the other programs that were cheating, like Tennessee, listen, we're gonna let you go. We'll let Tennessee go. They've had a rough decade. We're gonna let them go. But you gotta make an example out of the figurehead of this NLI cheating, which is Texas A&M, and say, listen, I'm sorry, enjoy your 5-year bowl ban, bye-bye. That's what I would say if I was, a member, if they do create one of these sort of NIL. I always call it NLI. NIL, name, image, likeness. That's what they need to do, NLI Authority Board, and then bowl ban Texas A&M and say, listen, if boosters are going to be offering kids money to play at the school, that's not allowed. You will face strict punishment in the form of a scholarship reduction or a bowl ban. If you're a booster, do you really want to risk that? We've already bowl banned Texas A&M. That's why you need to bowl ban A&M. You need to scare the other boosters. You need to come out hot. And guys, this is a crazy situation with Zay Flowers. He gets these offers. A lot of people don't even know who he is. This is how off the rails NLI is. Good for him remaining at Boston College. If he would have taken the money, I wouldn't blame him at all. It's a capitalist society. You are what you're worth. If you want money, you can get the money. There's nothing against that. But it wouldn't change the fact that it's sad that Boston College would be losing a player just simply because they were a smaller school that couldn't pay, that didn't have the boosters to keep their good young, superstar talented receiver. That's why it would be sad, and it's sad for college football. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.